Welcome back everybody to another special video. This is your comic comments for the month of March. 10 comments, questions, and concerns that you guys left on my videos throughout the month of March. I did this in February. You guys liked it quite a bit. I think I'm going to do it every single month, but I've got 10 new comic comments from you guys that we're going to get into. Hint, they're not all comic comments, all right? So if you guys have any comments, questions, leave them down in the comments. They don't have to be about comics, all right? They can be about anything, but let's just get into it. Starting off with Rob of War 57. He says, you're one of my favorite newer channels. How'd you get your start on YouTube? So excellent question. I actually started on TikTok, the other platform there, making comic book content. I think it was 2022 or 2021. I really cannot remember. I think it's 2022. I started at the very beginning of the year, and then ever since then, man, doing new comic book day hauls and all that sort of thing, reviews, kind of sort of expanded. When TikTok was about to get banned and stuff like that, I was like, okay, maybe I should make the move over to YouTube. And also, YouTube has just been great because it allows me to yap for way longer, dude. You're not able to yap as much on TikTok. It's not very, conducive platform for those that like to yap. So that's why we're over here on YouTube. But yeah, that's how I got my start on YouTube. It's just another excuse to yap about comics, and you guys seem to be enjoying it, man. So I really enjoy all the love and support you guys have been showing me. I don't know, really cool stuff. Didn't think I'd be able to build a YouTube this fast, but having a lot of fun doing it. So next up, we've got Julian S2I. He says, thanks for sharing. Do you care about the printing first or not? So Julian was asking me in terms of collected edition comic books. I would say for the most part, I don't really care about first printing of like an Omni or whatever. It's more about just getting it in my collection if it's something that I really want, because I'm scared of it going out of print. So the first printing for collected editions, not so much worried about that. For singles, I mean, that's like a whole other conversation, right? But I would say for first printings on collected editions, trades, deluxe editions, that stuff doesn't really matter to me. It's more about just having it in the collection before it gets out of print. That's like my biggest anxiety of all time. Next up, we've got Alan P. Hole Souk 2094. He said, how do you get into my career? Any advice for someone to break into the field, like a quick roadmap maybe? So very quickly, guys, pay attention, all right? So last time I told you guys I was in the cybersecurity industry. That's how I afford all this stuff around me that you guys see. Very nice job, tech job, definitely recommend it. But how I got into it, right? So I studied at university. I studied computer science. That whole thing was they're trying to get me to be a programmer. I wasn't bad at programming, but it didn't really it wasn't where I found joy in life, I guess, right? So I joined the cybersecurity team at my college, and then from there, had a ton of fun. I mean, that was just life-changing stuff, man. So we would go around to all these different cybersecurity competitions, like blue team, red team, trying to defend, trying to attack, learn a ton of stuff. And then from there, I was able to get an internship where I did log analysis. So if you guys know a little bit about cybersecurity, it's kind of maybe like a little bit boring on the side of cybersecurity, but just looking through logs, seeing if anything sticks out and trying to report on it. And then after that, I got a job working for the Navy, actually doing cybersecurity for the Navy. I only stayed there for about a year and a couple months before I left to join the private industry, jumping back over. And that's where I'm at now. So doing cybersecurity, vulnerability management for a company. So that's kind of like the roadmap, I guess, is, try to look for like a cybersecurity team. I think that looks really good on a resume, set you up for an internship. Then from there you can get a job or whatever. But other than that, I mean, you can get your cybersecurity, you can get your Security Plus certification from CompTIA or whatever. That'll set you up pretty well too for an entry-level cybersecurity job for the most part. Yeah, so that's kind of like a quick little rundown, little roadmap there. Any other questions? If I didn't get into it, leave them down in the comments if you have any further questions. Next up, we've got Seanster120. He says, I feel like we're in another comic book renaissance since last year. Seanster, man, I'm totally with you. I mean, listen, there's good comic books coming out all the time, but it is just it's like the craziest onslaught, like week after week. It is so hard to cut down my pulls. You have great stuff coming out from the indies, like Image Comics is just killing it right now. You have up-and-coming publishers like Mad Cave Studios. They got a lot of good stuff. Oni Press is putting a lot of good stuff out with their EC Comics label and all that stuff. I mean, you have like back over Image. I mean, you got Ghost Machine, you got all sorts of different Energon universe. Plus, you got all the Ultimate stuff, all the Absolute stuff from both Marvel and DC. it is just an insane time to be a comic book fan. So I definitely agree. I think we're in like a new comic book renaissance. Maybe like you can market like the start of the Ultimate Universe. Ever since then, dude, it's just been the craziest week after week of comic books. It's really, really tough, you know, keeping that pull list under control. But yeah, man, Seanster, I agree. Comic book renaissance. We're here, guys. If you're looking to jump into comic books and get into the hobby, now's the perfect time, man. Vactorverse, friend of the channel, dude. I love Vactor. Make sure you guys show him some love. He says, impressive, most impressive. Need more Brian K. Vaughan. What is the percentage read versus unread? So for my entire collection, I would say the unread is probably 75%. That's like a rough estimate. Is that low or high? What do you guys think? When I first got into collected editions, I definitely overbuy. You know what I'm saying? Like definitely buying more than I was reading. But the last like year and a half, I've been trying to put a concerted effort to less on the collected editions and more just trying to chip away and read at it. And I gotta say, man, once you like read like an Omni, 2 Omnis, 3 Omnis, like the collection is starting to get read more and more month to month, right? So plus, dude, anybody who says like, oh, that's stupid, you have all this stuff you haven't read, the whole point is I have the rest of my life to read this stuff, bro. You guys don't understand. I don't need to have read all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, to do what I do. I have the rest of my life to read this stuff, man. That's the best part about it. So yeah, 75% is what I would say is unread. Is that high? Is that low? Let me know in the comments. Shout out Vactor. We also got Cheesy Beans Only. He says, hey Cody, drink a lot of water to keep hydrated. So yeah, man, I'm classic. I got like dry hands all the time. Need to drink water. It's really rough in the winter. This is just a great PSA, dude. Make sure you guys drink some water. Cheesy Beans Only. That's just a great tip, man. So yeah. Also, I like how he was the first comment on one of my videos. So yeah, shout out. Couple more here, guys. We've got Ant WQA. He says, really feel the friendly vibe from you and what you're doing. Keep on track. Big greetings from Ukraine. Shout out to everybody, all the Ukrainians right now. I really feel for you guys. Just insanity right now. The fact that you were stopping in and watching a YouTube video of mine, I mean, that just really means a lot to me. So shout out. Just insanity, what's going on. Really feel for you guys. Sending love and support. And, you know, he says he feels the friendly vibe for me and he loves what I'm doing. I really appreciate it, man. I try to do the friendly vibe, like keep it positive. I try to make videos that I would want to watch. You know what I'm saying? That's like the first, before anything goes up on the channel, it's like, yo, would I want to watch this? So that's why we keep the positivity going. We do the recommendations. We do the just sharing the hobby, my love for comic books. Hopefully it gets other people into the hobby too. But yeah, Ant WQA, shout out, man. Hopefully everybody is safe, you and your family and friends. Yeah, really feel for what's going on, dude. Kim says, friend of the show, Kim says, wanted to ask how I record and edit all my videos. I don't have a camera, so would I have any tips? So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna take a picture. Maybe I can include it in the video. Boom. Okay, so I'll include this picture, right? But essentially, I have a Nikon camera that's going into an Elgato dongle that goes into my MacBook, and then I'm able to use my MacBook. I got OBS, right? I've got the mic hooked in into the MacBook as well. So the Nikon camera goes into the MacBook. If I need to, I have this my phone, right, for an overhead view. So usually you guys can kind of see it over here, but that's why I do the overhead view. That also connects to the MacBook. So then I can just use OBS to like switch through all the scenes and stuff like that. And then I have my iPad here for these comments and questions. So that's kind of how I do all the thing. It all kind of pipes into my MacBook, into OBS, and that's how I kind of manage everything. And then I edit my videos on my phone, actually. Don't recommend it. I edit on CapCut on my phone. It's just like the quickest way I know how to edit it. I wish I could move over to my computer, but because these videos need to go out like all the time, I haven't made the switch yet to editing on my computer. I'm still editing on my phone. That's how I know how to do everything. So that's what I do. Probably not the best idea. Clobbering Time, friend of the show, says, so random, but I always see you as the Jeff Lemire guy, which is why I gotta ask if Black Hammer is worth picking up. So Clobbering Time, I really appreciate you calling me the Jeff Lemire guy. I'll take that title, but a couple things, man. It's a little bit of a blind spot in my reading journey. I haven't read some of Jeff Lemire's like biggest hit series, right? So like Black Hammer, I haven't read Royal City, and I haven't read Essex County. Those are the three kind of big Jeff Lemire stories that I haven't read yet. to me it's kind of like desert island reading, right? Like I know I'm probably gonna like it. It's like one of the most legendary stories of all time. I'm not in like a rush to read it, you know what I'm saying? I'll read it when I get to it. I'm not too worried about it. But now that you mention it, sometime soon I want to read Black Hammer, just like an alternate superhero universe from Jeff Lemire. I mean, that sounds pretty sick. So I got to get into some more Black Hammer soon. But yeah, man. So yeah, I'm not the most well-read Jeff Lemire guy, right? But I do appreciate you calling me the Jeff Lemire guy. KD Comics, friend of the show, a lot of friends of the show here. We got, he says, I got to catch up. I'm so far behind. So as a last comment, I just wanted to kind of share some tips. If you guys are falling behind on single issue comic books, the trick that I do, right, is, you know, a lot of people say like, hey, put what you're most anticipated to read on the bottom. That way it's kind of like, oh, it's like a little treat. You get to the end, you're really excited about it. Forget about all that, bro. Put what you're most anticipated reading on the very top and then go down like that, because what you'll find is, you know, like the first 3 things, if you're anticipating reading them a lot, boom, 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 you've read 3 comics for the day, right? So you just got to get in like kind of the reading mindset, like read a little bit every day. I do a lot of my reading before work. You know, get on a walking pad and try to read like 3 issues, right? So you got to get in like the habit of reading. And then also I would just say make the switch, dude. Read what you're most anticipated for every single week before you read anything else. Don't try to like force yourself to read what you're not anticipating as much. Makes it feel like homework, right? So I don't know, man. That's the tip I would share to you. That's kind of changed my whole reading journey, is just start with your most anticipated reading and then go from there. But yeah, man, shout out to KD. That is your comic comments for the month of March. Definitely let me know how you guys like this video and leave some comments, questions, and concerns down in the comments. They don't have to be about comics, guys. It's called your comic comments, but they don't have to be, all right? So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it, and read more comics.